so they could study his brain.
so they could study.
Yeah,
Yeah.
did Junior not leave a note?
He left nothing.
Hmm.
And I'm thinking, but then they were
I
going
know
to
his mom.
But
I believe his
he
mom.
called his family like the day before, and
call the kids
he
and
called the
everything.
kids and his ex-wife and said he loved them. And I mean, that's kind of a, it's not obvious, but that's kind of a hindsight. Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense now.
I think his mom. I think his mom initially thought he was murdered. I believe I heard her. She was kind of lamenting. They showed her on the news.
Well, I
And
think everybody thought when they first heard the news that nobody. I don't think anybody thought suicide. It's Junior Seau. He looks like one of the happiest guys on the field. Why would he kill
Yeah, but you
himself?
know what? Anybody could put on a good.
Oh
A good
yeah, yeah.
man.
Well, that's part of the thing of head injury, right? Depression is a long term lasting effect.
I belong to a brain injury awareness group here in San Diego, and we talk about all the effects of it. I don't have a list in front of me, but depression, anger issues, different things, just emotional, just tons of emotional problems that come with certain head injuries, and some people that develop. I mean, everybody's got issues. So
Oh
everybody
yeah.
said a lot of people got anger issues, but I think it's a little bit more pronounced when you've had a head injury. For instance, I think I do pretty good. I went through a battle of depression there for a while after I got injured because that was my life. That's what I wanted to do, and I had to do something else. So
Right. So
yeah,
what do you do? What do you do now?
I'm in the retail business. I've been doing it for past 23 and a half years or so, and I mean it's not the most glamorous job in the world, but it pays well and the benefits are good. And um, I never went to college. Actually I take that back. I did go for a short time, but school was very hard for me, and I think it got a little bit harder for me after I had my injury. So I just kind of moved away from that, and I'd like to go back to school at some point when my kids are grown, but right now I just do that, and I enjoy it because I'm a person. I interact with people very well, so it's a good spot for me to be in.
Yeah. So I mean, so you're probably I guess you're probably one of the more fortunate.
Thankful. I'm
Yeah,
very.
thankfully. Yeah, thankfully. I mean, because like I had actually one of the a buddy of mine. Speaking of that, he had his he was a young guy. He was like about 17. He hadn't turned 18 yet, and he was doing an amateur boxing fight. And the guy he was going to fight, his very first amateur fight, he was going to fight a guy who he had a significant number more. I think he may have had like six fights now, and I mean that is a rapid it's a learning scale.
Yeah.
And as you can imagine, when people are really trying to hurt you, you kind of
Yeah.
um, change quickly. And this guy outweighed him by a pretty good amount. And it's usually your job at your camp to, even though you want to fight, you showed up ready, your guy didn't show up. It's you're going to say, I'm ready to fight whoever. It's the job of your camp or your trainers to say, nah, this is not your fight. This is not it. He ended up getting beat really bad, and he actually had problems walking for a while. And
Wow.
oh yeah, he eventually recovered. But I mean, it's like he's a young guy. I mean, I remember going to visit him, and because he couldn't come, and we went down to train with Matt Serra, who was a pretty
Oh
famous
yeah.
MMA guy, and my friend Josh wasn't able to go, and so I got his autograph and got some stuff, and got him to sign something, say hey Josh, sorry you couldn't come, and he was, he had to basically when I was talking, so he had to lean up against the wall to kind of fake like he was like doing fine. He's fine now, but man, I was really worried about him for a long time, but it's like, it's your, you as a kid, you wanna go out there and do your best and impress everybody, show everybody you're not a pussy and everything like that. But
Right.
man, you got to have the adults in your life, So are you gonna let your kids play ball?
I have a son. He's 12, and that's
Uh-huh.
been an issue for a long time now. I've been talking about it. I have my younger one's my little girl, so she's I don't have to worry about that unless she decides
Well,
to
they
go
got that.
MMA.
They got them playing in the underwear now out in the arena league.
Dude, I have
No,
not gotten
man,
out to.
dude. I'm not looking. I don't even want to see her growing up right now. I can't
Yeah.
imagine what it's like when she's 16, 17. She's
Oh
only
yeah.
9.
Yeah, lingerie. Dude, I couldn't believe. I mean, I have a tendency. They don't advertise around here that the lingerie football league. I mean, I think
I don't think they
Baltimore.
advertise it anywhere.
I think on just Playboy Channel or something. I don't know. But they got it on. I mean, Philadelphia has a team and Baltimore's got a team, and I'm just like, where? What makes me so?
I
what
haven't
am I?
seen them other than just like the news.
Yeah. I actually want to get down to see some roller derby action too.
Oh, roller derby's good.
Dude,
Oh,
those chicks,
fun.
those are my
That's
kind
fake.
of chick too. Tattoo chicks, rough and tumble.
You know, I went to female boxing, Lenny. I don't know if you've ever been to one of those, but some of those are pretty good.
They're a little
Some of
rough.
them are a little pansy-ish, and they don't. But one of them, the first fight I went to, the first female boxing match I went to, one beat the hell out of the other one. I mean, her face was just—it looked like the end of Rocky when his face is all mangled.
Oh,
She came out of there, and I was really surprised the referee let it go that long. But I mean, she was swollen and bloodied, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
you know who's a hot fighter is that Gina Carano.
Gina Carano's hot, but there's new. Gina's making movies now, and
Right.
that girl you wanna watch now. She's the current Strikeforce champion. Her name is Ronda Rousey, and
Okay.
she's actually I don't know if she's a judo Olympic. She's actually an Olympic judoka, but she is her background is in judo, and she's mean and tough. She breaks girls' arms left and right.
Oh,
Did she get the title from Cyborg?
No, Cyborg
Got suspended, didn't
tested
she?
positive, yeah, and she ended up Ronda ended up fighting somebody else for it. I think Margolis.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I knew Cyborg was on something, man. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Holy crap, dude. She's rough. Actually,
I'd be afraid to fight her.
I've seen pictures of her where she doesn't look so masculine, but
She-
yeah.
She probably didn't look bad. She's
No,
know?
but yeah. So when you're a chick and your nickname is Cyborg,
yeah, that's
no, actually,
raises some
there's-
eyebrows.
I've seen, yeah, actually, it's because her ex-husband, his nickname was Cyborg too. They both fought out of Shoot Box Academy in Brazil, and all tattooed up. And dude, her training, boy, was something else. It's it's basically she was like she had like wicked ass CrossFit training is what she was doing. I mean, like she was like putting guys to shame. She'd actually throw her husband on her back and do like a fireman run, fireman carry with her husband.
yeah, yeah.
And then doing the the big ropes, how you do the ropes.
Yeah.
You whip the ropes. Yeah. And it
He's
makes
not
that
a
noise.
small dude either. He's a pretty good sized guy. I think he fought in 185 or 205 class. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, I think he switches between 185 and 170. But yeah, but when you're at 185, you walk around at about 205.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. All right,
Crazy.
guys. Hey, thanks for letting me come on.
All
I
right,
appreciate
yeah.
it.
Thanks, Mike,
Another
for calling
promise,
in.
It's a great show.
Oh, thank you, and keep listening, and that'll make 2 listeners.
All right, man. You guys take it easy. All
All right,
right.
have a good one, Mike.
Everybody listens in a rebroadcast.
That's right.
Everybody
It's all
podcasts.
rebroadcasted.
Oh, hey, yeah. Why don't you give us some of the details of the how people can get in touch with you?
All right, we'll do. All right, thanks for calling in, Mike.
All right, man.
All right,
Thank
bye.
you.
All right, bye.
Oh yeah, if you want to call in, you can reach us on Skype, which is, I guess if you're listening on the computer, that may be one of the easiest ways. So Lenny and John Show,
YPE Skype.com.
Lenny and John Show on Skype, and then we've been working on the jingle for our phone number. Yeah, it hasn't really worked out yet, but it's 803-575-0700.
Oh,
0700, like 007, just single 0700. 0700. We need to
Yeah.
get the people that wrote the what's that carpet
Empire.
carpet people to write our song.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So-
so 803-575-0700. That's a direct line to our screener, who's unfortunately he's off for the night. But go ahead and call that, and if you want to reach us on the chat room, you can just talk to us right in the chat room here on the Spreaker page.
Yeah.
You can email us at lennyandjohnshow@gmail.com. You can Twitter us. Or
Oh, is that how you say that? I thought Gmail.
Gmail.
My mistake. I
Gmail.
telling everybody it's Gmail.
Well, that's that other website, but that's GMALE. And you can tweet us, that one is Lenny John Show. Our Twitter. Twitter name.
Mm.
Twitter name.
I don't have one of those.
Lenny John Show on Twitter.
That's for John harasses people.
I harass celebrities as best I can
Until he gets banned.
until I get what? Until I get banned.
Until you get
I've only been
banned.
blocked. We've been Lenny and John Show has been blocked by a couple people. Teresa Giudice from the Real Housewives of New Jersey blocked us.
Ah, awesome.
That was a good one because I was harassing her and giving her flight information as she was flying to Columbia, South Carolina, and then mocking her as the only people at her book signing were homeless people.
Did you go?
No, well, I drove by it because I happened to be going downtown at the same time her book signing was. So I drove. It was at the library downtown. So I drove right. Excuse me. It was at the library downtown.
Ooh, I didn't think the listener would know what you're talking about.
Yeah, sorry, library, and I think it was actually in February at the
February.
library. Yeah, but I drove by there and there was nobody. You expect to see for famous book signing. You expect to see like a line of people, and there was like 3 or 4 bums just hanging outside the library.
As usual.
And the
Trying
other
to stay
one,
warm.
the other one was a comedian. Can't think of his name. Blonde guy. He's got the TV show.
Oh, okay.
He was in Jerry Maguire. I can't think of
Tom
his name.
Cruise?
No, blonde guy though.
Tom Cruise isn't very funny either.
No, he's not funny.
Oh, he's funny.
Yeah, he's pretty funny.
Why
he
he
does
block-
he does a lot of TV. Why did he block me?
Yeah, he does Jim Rome. He sits in for Jim Rome.
Probably he has a what do you call it, a podcast? Whatever
He does a good
whatever
yeah,
that is. Yeah.
He does a good imitation of Christopher Walken.
Yeah, he does. He does. It's a good Chris Walken, but we can't think of his name, which is good because we don't want to plug him anyway.
You know that guy.
Yeah.
He was in Suicide Kings.
Yep, and he was in
Something else.
he had a show on. It was an HBO show, I think, where he was I can't remember. But anyway, somebody listening to the show, tell us who the hell this is.
No, don't worry about him.
Yeah. Anyway, he blocked us because I was he tweets things and then I tweeted back and he just didn't like what we. He blocks a lot of people. He's just one of those guys. That
He doesn't like the humor.
he doesn't like to be talked back to, I guess.
Mm.
And I think I said maybe something that wasn't didn't
Say something about his mom.
it wasn't very flattering. Probably what I said. Usually
You're
when
not funny.
both times I've been blocked, it was because I said something that was not flattering. Oh, and the other one.
The one
There
about
was
the
third
Simpson.
one.
Nicole
Yeah,
Simpson.
the Nicole Brown Simpson. But that was part of her name. I thought she was murdered, but apparently it was a different Nicole Brown Simpson thing.
Yeah.
It was Yvette Nicole Simpson or Yvette Brown Simpson or something like
Yeah.
that. I asked her, I said, "Oh, I thought you had been murdered by OJ." She found that to be offensive, said it wasn't funny, and it was disrespectful to 2 people that were murdered. I said, I
Well,
thought you were one of them.
OJ was still looking for the murderer. I mean,
Yeah, he's looking. He's looking. It's not his
now
fault.
he's looking around his jail cell,
That's right.
left to right. Don't see him in here.
So
Oh.
she didn't.
Not till I look in the mirror. Not till I look in the
No,
mirror.
I told you my theory, or not my theory. I mean, but one I find credible. It could have been his son.
Yeah. Somebody wrote a book. Did I
It
tell
makes
you?
sense. Why would OJ kill her?
I don't know.
There's
I
no
don't
motive
know.
there. He didn't have any interest in her anymore, did he?
I don't know. Who doesn't like the white girls?
I don't. Yeah,
White-
I don't know. It just
I know
seems
the
like
brothers like the big boob white girls.
they do. But I
Just
don't-
saying.
Yeah,
Just saying.
That's true, but I don't know. Maybe he did. Who knows? It's kind of I would say it's moot now because he's in prison. But if he didn't do it and it was somebody else, it's really not moot anymore.
Yeah.
Or then.
So maybe him and Casey Anthony can hook up and do a
Well,
crime.
I wish they would just give her a break and let her mourn in peace. She's been through so much already.
Her and maybe the Octomom. And
Oh, the Octomom. She's going. It's just I don't even want to talk about her because she's on. Is it Oprah all the time or one of those
Is she?
shows? Oprah or Wendy Williams or one of those shows. And
I don't know
she's
who's Wendy
she's-
Williams.
She looks like a man. She's black and she's got a daytime talk show. and she looks like a man. I don't know how to, but she
Mm.
looks like a transsexual man that looks good, but it's